Well, looks like to me Pochettino has cleared things up for us.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yo friends, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? Today we're talking goalkeepers and the midfielder saga. It continues, excuse me, burping into the microphone early doors. That's good content. Kepa, what Pochettino said about him. Gaga Slonina, highly rated American goalkeeper, going on loan, as we would have assumed, probably, but more movement there. Roberto Zerbi, Brighton manager, has identified a Moises Caicedo replacement, and maybe a little bit on Guehi. So, lots to get into. Thanks for joining me. Strap yourselves in. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and let's do it, baby. Right, let's start on Fabrizio Romano giving the update, the exclusive, that Belgium side Cas Open, yes, closing in on the deal to sign Gabriel Slonina from Chelsea on loan. Here we go soon. Understand agreement is on the verge of being reached, a 1-year deal. That's it. The Chelsea owners, Blue Co. We're going to have to start calling them Blue Co. because Todd Boehly, because Blue Co. is much easier than saying the consortium led by Todd Boehly and Clear Lake Capital, you know? So let's say Blue Co. from now on. Blue Co., they've bought Strasbourg, who, by the way, are making moves in the transfer market. They are. They want to buy a Portuguese side, a Brazilian side, and a Belgium side. I always forget the Belgium league, but they want to buy players for the Belgium league as well. They probably like how it's French speaking, and its location in Europe, I guess, and it's probably just tactical. So, look, this will be good. Gaga is a great goalkeeper. He's really highly rated, huge future, and he's been playing well. He'd integrated Cobham. It's all part of the plan. But he needs to play. He needs to be a goalkeeper. He's, 20 years old or something? He needs to be in men's football playing. You know, I know he's playing for Chicago Fire in the first team, and then he's played in the development squad for Chelsea. But he needs to be in European football, getting regular game time. And Belgian side, Cas Open, offer him that. So, you know, people are thinking, oh, why he should be our number 2 or whatever. No, he's too good to be the number 2. He needs to go and play. So this is pretty normal. And ultimately, good news. Chelsea, Blue Co., familiarising themselves with the Belgium League more and more. This will pay dividends in the multi-club model. Moving forwards, staying on goalkeepers, Chelsea FC manager Mauricio Pochettino is pleased with Kepa Arrizabalaga's progress. This is a quote from Pochettino. He says this: "We are so happy with him. He is showing great commitment in adapting to our new demands from Tony," goalkeeping coach, "from the coaching staff, and from the goalkeeping coaches. He and Hilario are working." What is Hilario still doing at Chelsea? And do we have 47 goalkeeping coaches still? It would seem so, because we kept the guy from Brighton as well, so it's popping off. He goes to reiterate this, we are so happy with him, and he is a fantastic keeper. I guess he is a keeper then, right? Kepa the keeper, and lives to see another day. Fights on, rides again. Kepa rides again. and again and again and again. Yeah, fine. Like I said, it's not a priority. Like I said in previous videos, coming into this window when we were like, everything needs to be changed. 2 of the main positions, we were like goalkeeper and striker. But you know, we touch wood, it can continue, but we may have a pleasant surprise with Nico Jackson for the striker role in terms of his development, how fitting and well suited he looks. Of course, we know Pochettino is a good coach of centre forwards. Just ask Harry Kane. So yeah, man, that seems fine. And goalkeeper, Kepa will be really hard to sell. He's on high wages. He is good at times. I understand why people are not even split opinion. I think everyone sort of agrees he's this sort of flawed goalkeeper. But, you know, they might not be happy with his distribution, that's maybe long passes, but his technical ability on the ball is proper, like, Spanish tiki-taka. Like, he is good at that. Like, just, was it against Newcastle, he like did a chop. He did he cut back, against the forward. Like, really, obviously, that's something you see more in pre-season. Certain things you see in pre-season, and that is goalkeepers doing Cruyff turns and forwards just doing sort of nonchalant chips and lobbing the keepers, which is low percentage finishes. But in the Prem, like, you do not try that in the league. You just slash it into a corner. So Kepa, he's a good goalkeeping. He can do. You can put. Everyone knows Kepa can pull off amazing saves and double saves and stuff like that. He's got it in his locker. And like I said, despite being 28, goalkeepers play for another 10 years. Do you know what I mean? Another decade. So you could say as a goalkeeper, he's entering his prime. Does this mean he's a long-term goalkeeper for Chelsea? No. What I think it means is, he's earned himself a trial as Pochettino era long-term goalkeeper. Now, if Pochettino era is long-term, that would be a huge plus off the bat. But this is a season to be like, can he do it? Can you do it? This is almost certainly his last chance. He's had a lot of personal things in and out of his time with Chelsea. He's been great as well. The first season he was good. The second season he was bad. The third season he was on the bench, and now I guess this is fourth season. It's fourth season now, or is it fifth? I can't remember. Fourth, I think. He's looks like his first choice again. So it's been a roller coaster. He's had excellent, impressive moments, but he's also had like a season of the worst stats in like the whole football pyramid. Do you know what I mean? When he had that dismal run of just couldn't save anything and just didn't know what was going on. And that's what forced our hands to buy Edouard Mendy. He's seeming to come through that. And we've got 47 goalkeeping coaches now. So fingers crossed, all together, if Pochettino's words ring true, they are happy with him and one less problem to worry about. A little bit of a notice before we move on and speak about the next stories. I am going to try and start doing some short form content. It's not 100% decided yet, but just in case, I have YouTube and shorts, and YouTube will be an option there. I'm on Instagram at Football Yannick, and I'm now also on TikTok. I believe it's at Football Yannick. So it hasn't got anything on there at the moment, but if you're one of the kids that use TikTok, find me on there, and we will be doing some content soon. Just a little shout out there, Check it out on your phone, TikTok and Instagram, Football Yannick. Right, so before we'll end with Guehi or Guehi. Apparently I don't pronounce it right. But Jonathan Gorey writes on the Standard this: Roberto De Zerbi has confirmed Brighton have a replacement in mind should Chelsea target Moises Caicedo leave this summer. Interesting. The Ecuador international has already been a subject of 3 offers, last of which was £80 million. All, of course, have been rejected by the silly Seagull team. Brighton, however, have stood firm on their £100 million valuation, or at least wanting England under-21 international Levi Colwill in part exchange. Go away. Chelsea insists Colwill is not for sale this summer, with Mauricio Pochettino tipping the 20-year-old to go on and establish himself as one of England's greatest centre-backs. Oh! Imbue him with power. It remains to be seen whether or not Chelsea will increase their offer for Pochettino's prime target, with Brighton under little pressure to sell. Yeah, they have no financial problems at all. The club have extracted maximum value for their prized assets before, having allowed Marc to move to Stamford Bridge for £62 million last year. It's just deflating, isn't it? Still, such is the efficiency of their recruitment process. De Zerbi has already identified a replacement. Quote from the Brighton manager: "If Caicedo leaves, we need another big, important midfielder," he told Sky Sports. "Yes, I have a specific player in mind to replace Moises Caicedo, but I don't want to tell you his name. Don't want now in the ether." Yeah, of course they've got a replacement lined up. You'd think they would have to at this point. Other reports, of course, suggesting that Moises Caicedo is desperate to join Chelsea, heart set on Chelsea. You can understand that. Although I imagine, should he have to stay at Brighton, come the season starts, playing in Europa League, playing big teams in Europa League, especially if you'd back Brighton to get out of the group stages, And then in the knockouts, even Champions League teams that drop into, the knockouts of the Europa League, it's just massive for Brighton. Absolutely huge. You get Barcelona's, Napoli's dropping into, the Europa League knockouts, sometimes Man United's, all that kind of stuff. Chelsea have done it before as well. So it's just such a massive opportunity for such a small club. So condescending. Such a little tiny club getting to face those massive European names. Honestly, it's super. I take the piss out of them because they're stitching us up, because they've got us over a barrel. Ultimately, Brighton have done exemplary work, and that's why they're triggering. They've been incredible from Potter onwards. And Zerbi seemingly has continued that work. So for Caicedo, should he have to stay at Brighton, I'm sure he'll be like, yeah, fine. He'll be sulking for a while because he wanted the Chelsea move and he wanted to be in that, Enzo Fernandez pivot for the next decade or whatever the plan is, whatever they sold to him. And that's not coming to pass. He's going to be sad. He's going to be bummed out, whatever. But then he'll get over it and he'll play in the Europa League and he'll do well in the Premier League and, he'll get a big move eventually. Like, he's not going to stay at Brighton, is he? That little muggy little club. Right. Football Insider 247.com is writing about Marc Guehi. Chelsea interest in Crystal Palace defender Marc Guehi is gathering pace towards following Wesley Fofana's horror cruciate ligament injury, sources have told Football Insider. Who are your sources? I mean, we know Guehi's been linked. The 23-year-old Blues Academy graduate is being considered as a potential target following Fofana's bad news. However, Guehi is he's a key part of Crystal Palace and is likely to be named the club's new captain. No way. 23-year-old club new captain. He's got that though. He's got that aura. He carries himself like a captain. Last video, if you didn't watch my last upload, it hasn't actually got that many views. Hasn't done well, which is surprised and disappointed me because it's a good video. Go and watch that. Talks about the Chelsea captaincy. The Eagles are reluctant to part with their centre-back, having already lost former skipper Wilfried Zaha to Galatasaray. Yeah, lovely, interesting transfer that, Zaha to Galatasaray. Because he always wanted to go to a Champions League club, and they do play qualifiers for the Champions League, so he will get a chance. But, I don't know, it's an amazing football culture in Turkey. I think he will just get a period over there being the man. Do you know what I mean? And enjoying the culture. He's 30 now. He can play out the final few years. How he will consider himself top Nick for another 2 years, 3 years. And play that with amazing fans and maybe in the Champions League. Who knows? Anyway, enough on Wilfried Zaha. As such, a well-placed source has told Football Insider that Palace would demand a fee. Whoa. I don't know if I can get this out. A fee well in excess. So hold on. Well in excess means quite a lot more than the following figure that's going to come after these words. So well in excess of £60 million. 60 million pounds. 60 million pounds. Furthermore, the 23-year-old is unsure about making a return to Stamford Bridge just 2 years after leaving. Oh, shut up. It's the Pochettino fun game. Of course you want to come back, you silly sausage. I'm done with these. Look, I know Crystal Palace and Brighton are oddly intrinsically linked because they're like a derby, aren't they? Are they bonded on just ripping Chelsea off over £60 million on, not that good defenders? Have they been on the blower? All right, Palace is Brighton. Oh, I don't like you, mate. Yeah, fine, but you can charge Chelsea this much. Oh, okay, cheers, mate. Don't like it. Guehi has recently broken into Southgate's England squad, there you go, and has earned 4 caps since making his debut. It's believed the defender is concerned about potential lack of game time at Chelsea building up to the Euros. Exactly the same as Levi. Guehi, who cost Palace 20 million. We got 20 million from him after a championship loan. That's decent money. But it's not decent money if you're going to buy him back 2 years later for over 60 million quid, though, is it? He earns 50k a week as per FB Ref and is contracted for another 3 years. Yeah, 50k a week. He'll obviously like nearly double that at Chelsea. He'll probably get the flat 95k or whatever that the young and the new contracts are. Yeah, he missed out on the Eagles' Premier League fixtures last term. He missed just one, excuse me. He got 40 games. He played 40 games for Palace. That is a lot. Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal and Tottenham have all held a background interest in Marc Guehi, but are unwilling to pay the Selhurst Park club's asking price. Yeah, I get it, because it's absolutely dumb. Like, I get it, you don't want to sell someone, you just whack a price, you know. We got Fofana for less than 70 million, 69, and yeah, he's got an ACL injury and won't be here for the majority of the season, which is tricky and difficult. I love a player, and there could be a future where Chelsea play Levi and Marc as the centre-back partnership forever, and then they become the England centre-back partnership. As an England fan, and as a Chelsea fan, and as a Cobham Academy fan, that ticks all my boxes, all three of them. I would like that, but at the same time, I don't want to get taken for a ride, and you know me, if you watch the channel, I am a massive Wesley Fofana stan, super fan, fangirl, whatever you want to say. So I'm not going to give up on him. I want him to come back, and I want him to be top boy because he's wicked. He's bloody wicked. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know. Comment down below. Thank you for liking the video, and welcome to subscribe. I'd urge you to follow me on TikTok and Instagram at FootballYannick. See you there, my friends, on the socials. Peace.